Howdy cockle, Chris Murphy Cleaning Cleaners, the Foul Coast once again. Afternoon troops, Friday is upon us. And yeah, no casualties to report, all tickety-boo, etc. So I wanted to drop the this video as for the first time this has ever happened. I've actually received a negative 1-star review on Google. Now, I'm choosing to see it for what it is. The person that's left this 1-star review, I have replied to and sought a bit more sort of information. I believe it's a friend of a friend of a friend of a dog's cousin's brother's son who's left a 1-star review because they don't like my face, they don't like what I'm doing, or they feel threatened by me, or some weird wacky combination of all of those. You hear it all the time, don't you, when you're very first starting out? Well, I'm going to go leave a 1-star review. Oh, please, anything but that. They almost see it as the nuclear option, don't they? Some customers, they're a bit strange. They think that you know, if you put a 1-star review of my business, I have to do what you say. I have to treat you like royalty. You know, your 1-star review could bring my business crashing to its feet. Yeah, it don't work like that, does it? Let's be honest. It's not the threat that everyone thinks it is. And it's also, I think it can be a bit of a boon, a bit of an advantage when you have 1-star review. Let's put a bit of a context in this. So currently on Google, I have, or the business should I say, has 64 reviews. 63 of them are 5-star reviews, where people are overwhelmingly supportive, are over the moon, happy with the service, would have us back in a heartbeat, happy days. That's what you want, fantastic. And then there is one 1-star review from a person that, as far as I'm aware, and you know, I have to do a bit more checking to be honest with you, but as far as I'm aware, this person has had little or no interaction with my business that we can see at our end. Now, you know, as with any business, if you stand for something and stand for good value and deliver a good value service, and in spite of all these things, these positive things that you do, someone somewhere will take an exception to what you do. They won't like your face, they won't like the way you do things. Other people will feel threatened by your business. They will put 1-star reviews to trip you up, and they think that it is a oh, well, I'll show him, I'll give him a 1-star review. Yeah, all right, mate. You know, I tend to look at it this way. If someone gives me a 1-star review on, be that Faceache, on YouTube, or you know, Google, or anything like that, or someone calls me out on my bullshit, someone turns around and says, I think you're full of crap, blah blah, you're this, you're that, you're the other, negative connotations, all the rest. What they don't seem to understand is that they're actually helping you in some respects. If you walked into a pub and there were 64 people in that pub and 63 of them were overwhelmingly supportive, happy to see you, all this sort of stuff, and you know, couldn't get enough of you, thought you were brilliant, thought the sun shone out of your backside, you know, can't get enough of you. And then there's one person that is scowling at you, is, you know, looking at you like you're, you know, don't like him, and all this sort of stuff, right? It's fair to say you wouldn't necessarily leave the pub over that one person. And in much the same way, I don't put too much stock in the opinions of others around my business. I just don't. I choose to live a positive life. I choose to sort of help others if I can. I choose to be pleasant to people I deem worthy of that. I will happily help anybody. But if someone is just sort of taking a dislike to me, then that's their problem. That's, you know, they choose to live that way. That's how they interact with me, is their choice. It's not my problem. So, you know, but the other side of it, the flip side of it, looking at actual Google, is that Google, as I understand it, my friend Andre told me, as he told me, it can be a positive thing, because if someone leaves you a negative review, you have the option to respond, and how you choose to respond will say more about you than necessarily the 1-star review you got in the first place. So, for example, a lot of the pros on my Google business page will say things like good communication, very professional, prompt, on time, punctual, that kind of thing. These little key words, where people who leave a positive review, Google spots these trends of things that, you know, are mentioned often in these reviews. Google seeks to be authentic. So these people that think they're being clever by purchasing 5-star reviews from very dubious characters in East Asia, you know, your reviews aren't necessarily going to hold that much weight, because you've got thousands of them, they're all 5-star reviews, blah blah, and there's not a single solitary 1-star. Well, that's not necessarily an authentic profile necessarily. That would strike you as really, really weird, wouldn't it? If one person you spoke to, everybody liked them, everybody thought the sun shone out of their backside, etc., you would think that a bit suspicious, wouldn't you? You would think, you would call that into question. So why do you expect that Google will do anything different? You know. So again, I've responded to this person along the lines of, you know, well, I'm sorry you felt the need to give us a 1-star review. If you could give us some more helpful information to sort of, you know, see how we can do better, that would be greatly appreciated. And then in addition to that, I also put, although our records do not necessarily reflect that we have served you in the past, but we'll happily take any criticism on board, type thing. I'm paraphrasing slightly. I've responded in a polite, measured, calm, sort of professional way, if you like. I've not just turned around and said, well, you're full, you know, X, Y, and Z. I've not responded and made a show of myself in front of potential future customers who have yet to review the 1-star review. In addition to that being, let's say if that was the last review that was left, that will appear towards the top. So if you respond to that, then obviously people will sort of see that actually he has responded in a measured kind of way. It does seem professional. But also I've mentioned that actually there's no record that we've actually served this person. I believe that to be true. I could be wrong, but I believe that to be true. Dominic Rathbone, we have never served, as far as I'm aware, according to our records, we've never served someone called Dominic Rathbone. So it is what it is. It remains to be seen. But even if, you know, someone leaves a positive review, I always try to respond positively and say, well, thank you very much for that glowing review. Always a pleasure to help, etc., etc., and all that sort of stuff. Can't wait to see you next time, Chris. That kind of thing. Yeah. Then what happens is that they can, you know, people reviewing Google can see that you do engage with your content, that you are an authentic person, that people respond well, or just that people respond. It doesn't necessarily, you know, seek positive interactions. It looks at those that get a response. So it's, you know, it's by no means a nuclear weapon when someone turns around and says, well, I'm going to leave a 1-star review and all that sort of stuff. It's like, oh, stick up your backside. Couldn't care less. That's what you can think that. You can think that, but remain positive at all times. These fingers are professional, etc. So yeah, make of that what you will. you can't be arrested for your thoughts, not yet at least anyway. Yeah. It's always positive to talk to sort of customers and get their feedback, etc. And yeah, you know, the threat of the 1-star review only really becomes a problem if you've got nothing but 1-star reviews, nothing but 2-star reviews, nothing but 3-star reviews, etc. But if overwhelmingly you have a positive, you know, 5 stars, etc., and all this sort of stuff, then one-star review is not going to bring the whole stack of cards come crashing down on you, is it? So, good phone call with Ben, who's from East Sussex. Real positive guy. I just wanted to mention to Ben, thank you for your phone call. It meant a lot, what you said to us. A lot of positive energy, a lot of positive responses, etc. I'm all for it, and yeah, it's good to see positive people engaging with each other, and appreciate your support on the channel, as I do all subscribers. So yeah, I'm going to leave this video here as usual. Keep on keeping on. Don't let the bastards get you down. Peace.